when noticing. Every aura in Britain had been on high alert for Malfoy for several years, and he wasn't exactly unremarkable. Someone who could easily pass under the radar. He was excessively tall, at least 6'3", athletic and broad, to say nothing for the shock of blonde hair that immediately marked him as Malfoy. He could not move around unnoticed. There was a discussion as to whether he'd polyjuiced himself. Hermione thought that this was quite plausible. However, it begged the question as to where he would get the ingredients from whilst on the run. After realizing that it was him, Hermione stumbled from the room, gasping for air, sat dry heaving on the staircase. Garrus had appeared in the entryway to the door below, dirty rag in hand, along with the glass he'd been supposedly cleaning.
"You all right?"
he asked, clearly alarmed by her gray complexion. Hermione had felt like she could faint. It was one thing to see dead bodies. She did it all the time. It was another to see someone you had known since you were 11, their face frozen into a mask of anguished despair, bloodless lips pulled over white teeth, eyes bulging, the whites filled with blood. The rope burns on his slender neck had made her want to weep. It had been such a confronting death, not a peaceful one. She wondered if he had changed his mind after he had pushed the chair away, if he had fought, kicked his legs, tried to reach out to the chair to find purchase. But she had noticed that his nails hadn't been neatly clipped. Smooth, straight lines. There was no evidence that he tried to get his fingers under the rope. She wondered if he had been scared. Hermione couldn't imagine Draco Malfoy being scared of anything. Quite the opposite, in fact. His name was now one that inspired fear, much in the way Voldemort's had. Except Malfoy wasn't weak, clinging to power and life through dwindling Horcruxes the way Voldemort had been at the end. Voldemort had not stood a chance when Malfoy had to overthrow him spectacularly at the end of the war, effortlessly killing anyone who had stood in his way. Voldemort was dead, and within weeks the Death Eaters had been disbanded or hidden underground. Malfoy wasn't weak.